Fairy tales, songs, and films portray attraction as a sudden, random strike. This lightning bolt symbolizes the chaotic spark we're taught to wait for, a moment of magic that supposedly arrives without warning and changes everything. Relying on this narrative turns us into passive observers. If we believe connection is pure luck, we spend our lives waiting for destiny to deliver the right person, instead of learning how to recognize real alignment. This image highlights a lightning bolt shattering the eyes, but look at the drafting lines beneath the couple. These represent a structured reality. Attraction follows a discernible architecture shaped by biology and psychology. Beneath the intensity of a crush lies a system of recurring principles. These currents consistently influence whom we find desirable and why we form the bonds we do, operating across different cultures and eras. Understanding these patterns changes our position. We move from passive observers to active participants, better able to recognize and respond to genuine connection when it appears. Specific signals of value consistently draw us in. Traits like reliability, safety, and vitality suggest the capacity to build a shared life, remaining stable even as cultural trends shift. For men, magnetism emerges when vitality, competence, and integrity combine. This manifests as the ability to make grounded decisions and handle challenges with quiet self-assurance. Look at the nodes framing this sketch of a woman's face. Confidence, intuition, and warmth create emotional gravity. These pillars are interdependent. Warmth requires boundaries to feel authentic. They must harmonize to create a presence others can actually trust. When these qualities integrate, they create an authentic presence. This internal alignment generates a level of interest that physical appearance alone cannot sustain. This diagram shows synergy, two people with different strengths aligning along a central axis of shared values. Long-term chemistry depends on how these qualities complement and amplify one another. If these patterns are so consistent, we have to account for the outliers. We've all seen people repeatedly choose partners who provide only chaos and conflict. These anomalies, represented by the cracked pillars, often stem from internal templates formed by childhood environments. A nervous system wired by early chaos may mistake unpredictability for intensity, confusing emotional instability with romantic sparks. These rare cases don't break the principles of attraction. They show the system adapts to reflect our unhealed history, proving what we find magnetic is often what feels familiar. This image shows a couple standing against a massive, glowing digital interface. Dating apps and AI algorithms have become primary filters. They sort us by stated preferences, but lack the capacity to simulate the genuine presence required to turn a match into a relationship. Our technology changed the environment of meeting, but our ancient biological hardware remains the same. We still respond to foundational signals of health and character. Digital efficiency is no substitute for the human need to be understood and chosen. Long-term bonds still rely on the steady presence of qualities that create security and growth. This architecture is no manual for manipulation or rehearsed scripts. It is a framework for self-awareness. Genuine connection is too full of vulnerability for manufactured impressions to work. It invites a perception audit, an honest look at whether your daily actions match the values you claim to prioritize. Magnetism begins when what you believe and how you move through the world align. In this image, a tangled string pulls taut between a man and woman on separate cliffs. Seeing the underlying structure of attraction allows us to move through it with intention, building connections grounded in reality rather than illusion. To master the principles of human connection and explore this framework in detail, read the source material. True magnetism begins with authenticity. When you stop guessing at the mystery and start looking at the architecture, you gain the clarity to build something that actually lasts.